Good morning, everybody. I hope that you're having a beautiful day, whatever it is that you're up to. Right here, I am just in the middle of my first workout, just having a little walk along the beach here, and I just thought I would just stop just to share some thoughts with you this morning. And one of the things that has actually been really powerful during this whole hashtag 75 hard and the books that I'm reading and some of the extra studying that I'm doing, is just an even more awareness, even though I know this to be true. Being in the profession of direct sales for 37 years, and of course, as well as actually sitting on boards in other industries and that as well. One of the things that I do know to be true is that distractions are one of the biggest killers of success. And that's success in whatever it is that you're doing. So, for example, if I liken it to the 75 hard, distractions are just so easy. Like you have something like this past weekend, which is Easter. You've got people around and all the rest. So it's so easy to just kind of go, you know what, I'll do my workout in the morning, but I'm not going to do it in the afternoon because I've got people there and, what do I do? And that I can't just leave or whatever. Or, there are so many different types of foods around or, alcohol and all those kinds of things. And really at the end of the day, if we label them from what they are, they're distractions away from the goal that you're trying to achieve. And in fact, when you're open and upfront about what it is that you're trying to achieve, then people are actually there to cheer you on rather than to pull you down when they understand how important it is. I know at the beginning of this, and even in the beginning of my journey when I was giving up alcohol, people would say, oh, just have one, just have. But when they actually really got that, actually, no, I'm totally serious about this. This is something that, then they actually flip that into encouraging and, being on the same page. Not everyone I know is going to be like that, but the majority of people I find, the ones that were probably distractions when they understood my commitment to that goal, it was different. So it was same even this weekend. People were coming on my walks for me. There was, my daughter-in-law put a Pilates class on, and, we did all things together to actually to participate in the program together. And so then when I liken that to business, one of the things that I know to be true, and it was advice given to me by a mentor many, many years ago, is that if you chase two rabbits, you'll catch none. And what does that actually mean? Well, it means that if in your business, if you are trying to be focusing on multiple businesses or multiple different areas or whatever like that, you'll find that you're probably never going to perfect one. You're never going to get truly to the success that you are. And there's been this notion around, and especially I suppose in the industry of direct sales, is that, you can be doing multiple different businesses at once and that. But in my experience, and as I said, I've been around this profession now for 37 years, and I have mentors that have been around this industry a lot longer than me and successful. We're talking about 8, 9, 10-figure earners that basically have exactly the same philosophy. And that philosophy is that you need to be focusing on the one thing. So it's funny that my third book in the 75 Hard Challenge is actually the book called The One Thing. I've had it on my bookshelf for a long time. I've kind of listened to it on and off on Audible, but with the challenge of 75 Hard, you need to read 10 pages a day of a physical book. So it can't be an e-book or anything like that. It needs to be a physical book. So it came off the shelf as one of the books that I wanted to read. And so the focus that I've actually got, I hope you're enjoying the ocean in the background here. I love the ocean, sound of the ocean. But the reminders that I got there is that if you are trying to put, and they actually even quote that phrase of if you chase two rabbits, you'll catch none in the book as well, actually. But the reality is that, if you are trying to focus in multiple different businesses and all different ways of doing things, you're not going to perfect any, and so success is going to be even harder to come by. And so in this era of distractions, we've got social media, we've got, people wanting to kind of create their own way of doing it more for their benefit than for yours, and saying, look, you can be doing lots of stuff. You can do all of this stuff and that. Just remember, what is your goal? What is your goal? And what is the thing today that is going to move you closer to your goal? So if your goal is to build in a certain company, or a certain profession, or a certain whatever it might be, and you're really clear on what that looks like for you, what success looks like for you in that, then what's the one thing today that is actually going to bring you closer to do that, and in such will make it easier to be able to do everything else to move towards your goal? What is that one thing? So as you go about your day to day, think about that. Think about every other bright, shiny object that comes up as a distraction, and ask yourself, do I want to be distracted? Because, even in just a normal day, say a day, every time you get distracted, it actually takes not just minutes off of your productivity, but actually up to hours off your productivity. So every time you get distracted and pulled in a different direction, what you're doing is you're taking sometimes days, weeks, months, or years off the success that you truly want. So you've got to ask yourself, is the distraction worth that? Or are you going to stay on track? And are you going to stay going? So it's a little bit like this 75 hard. Okay? The distractions are all great. They're all fantastic. However, at the end of the day, what I have to ask myself, is it my everyday choice to do this? And my everyday choice is to get up and to do it and to make it happen, no matter what is actually going on. And I want to give a shout out to all the moms and dads who've been doing the 75 hard. Because right now at the moment, we're looking after my niece and nephew, a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. Absolutely fantastic. We had so much fun. But gosh, the distractions yesterday, and I'm so grateful. I've got an amazing husband, Mick, that kind of goes, you know what? Yep, my turn now. You go do what you've got to do. And so you fit in what you need to fit in. But it is hilarious just kind of going, okay, actually, there's just another distraction, another excuse for me to play above the line and not take responsibility. And I'm so grateful that he's my cheerleader as well, and saying, no, come on, you committed to this, so let's go make it happen. And the same this morning. He's got the kids up and at it, and they're having breakfast now, hopefully. I'm going to get out and nail the rest of this walk. And again, move on into the day with no distractions, because being really focused on what it is that I want to achieve today. And today is actually about spending quality time with these beautiful little kidlets that I don't get to see very often. And so there won't be any other distractions to that. So what is it that you're focused on today? What will bring you closer to your goals today that will really, really make a difference towards the end result? Okay. So watch out for the distractions, watch out for the bright shiny objects, watch out for other people kind of trying to pull you in different directions, and that to serve their goals, not to serve yours. Alrighty, have a beautiful day. God bless.